Gemini, let's see what's going on with your soulmate this summer. That is June, July, and August. I want to see for this cycle, for some of you it's winter, it's summer here, as you can see in Canada where I'm filming from. I want to look at this larger 3-month cycle because soulmates are connections that go really, really deep. They are connections where we have known this soul before in a different time and place and lifetime. And these connections can be beautiful and uplifting. They can be karmic, they can be heavy, they can be twin flames. So this is if you are Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Venus. Venus specifically, okay? So check out your Venus and Moon sign as well if you are Gemini Sun right now that is watching, because we can even have all 3 of the scenarios that I see pop up this summer. 1 of them, 2 of them, or 3 of them. Because many times in our lives, we have a really beautiful, deep soulmate connection, and then we have a karmic connection that may be one of our exes that's popping up again, and we may have a new soulmate that's coming in to tease us a little bit to say, hey, come, stay with me, be with me, I want you now, right? So let's see what's happening. For those who are new, thank you so much for spending time with me. I'm Natasha, your Empress of Wands, and if you like this kind of work, I also do personal readings and different types of sessions, which you can check out in the description box below, as always. Okay, so let's see. The first 2 cards usually tell me what type of soulmate relationship it is. So let's get right into it. June, July, and August. What will the summer bring for you, Gemini? Here we go. The 2 cards are coming up. All right. Okay. Oh. An interesting one. 9 of Swords and Knight of Wands. 9 of Swords, Knight of Wands. So I'm not quite sure which one it is. This is a relationship that can seem difficult, heavy, that has brought you grief, heartache, and worry, all right? Or that will bring you grief, heartache, and worry, but that can turn out to be a good relationship, because when you meet a soulmate that you've gone through several lives with and experiences with, they can really press your buttons. It can be a good soulmate relationship where you have experienced some trauma, some difficulties. So let's find out what it is. This is the first one, the first reading I'm doing for this summer, where the first 2 cards are like ambiguous. What is it? Is it good? Is it bad? Am I going to learn something from it? In the end, that will bring me through these difficult, deep wounds. And will it turn out to be beautiful and enlightening and passionate and exciting? Or is it one of those relationships to where the charmer is coming in and it's going to bring me down, deep, deep down? So we got to see which one it is. It's very interesting, Gemini. Interesting scenario. So with the next few cards, let's figure out what's going to happen. It's a mystery. And we're going to get a past life vision for you. And with that past life vision, we can maybe get closer to the answer. So this is a soulmate that is either in your life already, that's coming in soon, or that has been in your life and you haven't released yet. Queen of Swords reversed. Ah, very interesting. So with this is an energy that is stopping you from being your quick, intelligent, true, and clear self. You have got a really quick mind, Gemini. You're so intuitive, fast, clear. Usually you know what you want. Okay, you know the Gemini is this or that, but I mean, it's not confusion. You have different choices, and usually you can see clearly what it is that is good. But with the Queen of Swords reversed, this is causing some confusion. This is causing your clear side to be dampened. In the case of this person, maybe that's why these 2 cards are coming up like this as well. Good and bad, bad or good, good or bad, or both. What's going on? So this person causing a little bit of confusion in your life. So let's see. Now I want a past life vision for you to get to the bottom of this. Very interesting. And you know, whether you're male or female, these energies that are coming up, I read them as energies, not necessarily male or female, okay? So let's go. Give me a past life vision for Gemini. Thank you so much. Angels and guides for choosing clarity. One card here. Forgiveness. Aha. Okay, forgiveness. I'm going to go into that together with this. And let's see what we get. Let's see the vision we get. I'll be back. Okay, I got the story for you. I got the story from your past life. So you may be in a similar position or drawing a similar circumstance unto you. So this is actually a positive soulmate with problematic circumstances attached. So you were a young girl long time ago. Well, not so long, not thousands of hundreds of years. And I saw you in front of your house with a young man that you were in love with, and things were going so well. It was really, really beautiful. You were kind of promised to each other to be married. And he was a bit of a scoundrel, okay? He was a bit of a scoundrel. You and him, you had a beautiful connection, but he was unfaithful, okay? He was unfaithful and you were hurt really, really deeply. So that's this. He was your knight in shining armor. This is like, the Knight of Wands is a bit of a scoundrel as well, you know, when he shows up. That's just the nature of this card. And this is what happened. You were just thrown into the depths of despair. You couldn't believe that he would actually kind of cheat on you. You couldn't believe that he could be unfaithful because you were so in love. You were about to get married. You were promised to each other. Everything was beautiful. And then boom, you found out. And you knew this other woman as well. You knew this other girl. This was an older woman who wasn't married yet that he was having an affair with. And you were totally devastated. So that's the story of what happened, okay? So that caused you to turn around and reject him. And the thing is that he regretted what he did. He totally regretted it. When you said, I don't want to see you anymore, that's it, I want to break it off, he was completely devastated as well, because he knew you were for him. You were his soulmate. He just made a huge mistake. He didn't do it out of, you know, planning or scheming or being mean or putting you down. He was just a scoundrel who was doing things in a thoughtless manner, but that brought him back down to earth. So you say no. When you say no, at some point when you make up your mind, you turn around, you say no, that's it. And you did not forgive him in that lifetime. You did not forgive him. He begged, he pleaded, he was after you, but you were like, no, you hurt me too much, that's it. You didn't let him back in your life. And that was a mistake in that lifetime, I saw. It wasn't good for you. That decision of not forgiving was not good for you. Sometimes these things are good. Sometimes I just felt that it would have been better for that lifetime, for your connection, to forgive him, to see it for what it was, a stupid mistake, but you didn't. You were hard, and you became really bitter. The Queen of Swords reversed is often like very bitter, becomes like mean and hard and bitter, and you became like that. And you know what? I just realized you did not get married again in that lifetime. You didn't. You became a spinster. I just saw that flashing, spinster, flashing in my mind. And then at some point later in your life, you regretted it. You regretted it because your pride and your hurt and that wall you'd built around yourself did not make it possible for you to step into the healing power of forgiveness. And you didn't. And you did regret it later in your life because he got married. You never stopped loving this man, and he never stopped loving you. So that is the past energy of you and the soulmate this summer that is in your life or coming into your life or has recently gone out of your life because you couldn't forgive him. Okay? So this is what's going on with this story. So that's really interesting. So this is coming up. The power of forgiveness for you is really important. Even though maybe you're right, forgiveness is not to condone what the other person does. Not saying, yes, it's okay that you did this. Forgiveness is to heal yourself and to move forward and to be able to deal with the situation. That's what forgiveness is about. Not telling the other person it's okay what they did. I forgive you doesn't mean it's okay. It means I am putting it right in my heart. I am releasing the pain. I am forgiving. It's still bad what you did, but I'm forgiving and I'm willing to move forward. So that's the message for you and your soulmate, Gemini. So let's continue. Let's continue. I just hope you don't miss the opportunity of this soulmate, of this connection, because of something like that. Okay, that's the message that I'm getting. Strong and clear, my friends. So let's see. Recent past and what you need to know. Give me 2 cards here. Recent past, stopping of the flow because of wrongs being done. So this again can be future, present, or past. Those of you who already are with a soulmate, you might have a situation of a little bit of betrayal where forgiveness would be the best. But whatever that situation was, it could have stopped your flow. This is like stopping the flow. That's like, this is the flow. This is like, let's move onward. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's fly. Let's get aligned. This is like, oh, so something may have happened there, right? And for the future ones who are about to meet that person coming into your life, or where that person is around you, you may already have met this person. Oh, wow, this umbrella is rotating. I have this umbrella here. 1 second. Okay, that's better. So you may already have met this person. This person may be in your life, and you may have stopped the flow because of a situation of what you think that that person, he or she, is doing or not doing, or you see something where you feel that's not right of that person. He or she should not be doing that, and you stop the flow, and that's a mistake. What you should know, 4 of Wands upright, it's time to open up. It's time to connect. It's time to have a good time. It's time to put stuff behind you and open yourself up. Okay? Very interesting. Okay. This could also be reconnection. Reconnection with someone where you've had problems with, who is meant to be with you at this point in time. You need this person. That's also the message. And you know, you have to discern if this resonates with you and that specific person. It's not for everybody. It's like some of you will have an ex who has done a horrible thing, who you should not forgive. This is for this very particular situation and energy and vibe, and you'll know. You'll know. Okay, near future and problems, or secrets, or obstacles. 2 cards. Near future, okay. This is the resolution. This is the resolution, okay. This is what has been stopping the flow, or what will stop the flow. So you have the opportunity to, with these 2 cards, right, to open the flow again to this person, to tap into your power of forgiveness, to tap into opening yourself up, whatever's been put on ice a little bit, or also in the next month or so, if you meet that soulmate and you're already getting a feeling, but you're kind of holding back a little bit, I feel it's a process of something being put on ice a little bit, being held back because of, even if that person hasn't done anything, because of those past life insecurities and fears. You know, it's funny, sometimes in a past life, you have an experience with someone, and when you're with them again in this lifetime, you feel the same way, even if they're not doing the same thing. So it could be that this soulmate of yours is completely faithful, and he's like overcome his negative karma from that life, but you still feel it, and you're mistrusting. You know, those types of scenarios. People are so complicated, Gemini. Relationships are so complicated because they run so deep. Anyway, so you have to know, open yourself up and have a good time and connect. That's what you're good at. And just open up the flow. Awaken yourself. This is the obstacle. Ooh, the Judgment card. Oh, Gemini. Release this. Release the judgment. Release it, please. That's what came this time. Release the judgment, Gemini. The judgment has to do with the power of forgiveness. If you hold that idea of this person so strongly in your mind and you don't release it, you cannot practice forgiveness, and then you might not be able to connect with this person who you're meant to be with. Release the judgment. You want to see the cards already? You want to see them while I'm doing this? Let's see if you can see them. Okay. Let's move over a little bit. All right. Here. You see? Beautiful card here. Very interesting scenario so far, Gemini. I hope it's making sense. So let's continue here. Let's see the outside environment and the law of attraction, goals, dreams. Oh, what can make this work between you and your soulmate? Two cards, thank you. Okay. Aha. Oh, Gemini. Oh, look at that. First of all, this one is good. The environment, look, 4 and 3 of Wands are two very bright, positive cards, and I feel they kind of hang together. This is the environment. This is your soulmate coming in, you seeing them, you perceiving them, you knowing everything. The doors are open. There's no obstacles really in the way, except for your judgment and your past fears that are maybe coming up when meeting this. You know, things get activated from our past lives when we meet a person, when we get in a similar situation, or when something comes up that triggers the past life insecurities or fears or karmic patterns, right? So that's why this here is coming up. The law of attraction is overcoming the fears of being shut out, the fears of being left in the cold, the fears of going, oh, this person's gonna hurt me. This is really, really difficult. How can I be with this person? So it's interesting. There's so much in the background here, all stemming from this one past life pattern that I saw, right? So many fears, so many problems. And you know, it's so important for you, Gemini, to discern. I really want to make it clear. It's so important for you to discern a soulmate with this energy coming up who is good for you, or a negative karmic relationship who has really hurt you badly, who you should not deal with at all anymore, where it has to be past, where it has to be done with. Okay, I'm just seeing that for you, because I feel that you may have both of these active in your life. Okay, so don't think about that terrible soulmate relationship, someone you were with, someone you were like entwined with, someone who you couldn't get away with, someone who had you hooked and bound, and which finally maybe that person you got away from. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the negative karmic horrible relationship that you freed yourself from, or that you should not get into. I'm talking about a mistake that your positive, beautiful soulmate lover made in a past life that is bringing up these types of energies, okay? That's got to be clear. But like I said, I think you can really discern. All right, so let's see, last card. Last card. Give me one more card here for Gemini, soulmate. Oh! Okay. 10 of Swords. Okay. So this can mean one of two things. The main message I'm getting, I mean, look, the first card, the second card for you. So what I'm getting here as the first and primary message is these fears and these problems, these wounds that were caused by this soulmate, you can overcome them. And they're going to hurt a little bit. You're going to go through it. And I feel that you will be able to free yourself from them and move on and make that reunion possible with that soulmate. Second scenario, because you know that the 10 of Swords is the end of a cycle. It's like from the Ace to the 10. It's like we're going to get through it. This is the sunrise after the piercing swords have wounded you, and I feel that this is still to come. Like you're like here and it's still to come, and then it's the end of the cycle. Then you can move forward. And I feel in the cycle of the summer, you're going through this. You might be like cycling through these difficulties. You know, you might be triggered, but it's always up to you. And these timelines that I read are not fixed. Timelines, they can be like compromised. They can be stretched. So if you will have to go through a healing, some of you may do it in 2 weeks and that's it. And then it's done. You're getting into the forgiveness. The soulmate is connecting with you and it's beautiful. And you're like, oh, Yes, this is beautiful. I resolved it. I'm free. The wounds are healed. Some of you may take 3 months until the end of the summer, like, oh, stretching those wounds, stretching the healing process. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. So this is very interesting. The wounds, the insecurities, the past life patterns caused by your beautiful, positive soulmate. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. So the scoundrel energy that I got was actually more from the past life than from this life. You know, looking at this now from far, I think this whole area here, this has to do with the actual past life situation that you were in, and how this is still, you know, bringing up these emotions and the judgment and the fears and the wounds. But you know, when this type of stuff comes up, Gemini, it's not all bad. When it comes up, it means you have the opportunity to heal your wounds, right? If it's always sunshine, happy, 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 I mean, everybody has wounds. You know that life isn't just perfect and beautiful all the time. And I mean, we are souls living this human experience in this lifetime. We have experienced so much stuff, and there are always old wounds, even from the same lifetime. And when something like this comes up, and this, sometimes even I say, you know, when the devil comes up as an energy, as a card, sometimes I say, I'm happy. Because it's giving you the opportunity to overcome something. It's giving you the opportunity to work it out, to free yourself, to actually even see what's happening. You know, sometimes we live in oppression for a long time. We don't realize it. So this is the opportunity for you to heal your wounds with this soulmate this summer. And there we have it. Okay. I hope it's made sense, Gemini. I hope you like it. Let me know down below what's going on with you, if this made sense. If you already are in this relationship, if it's past, if you haven't experienced any of this yet. So be prepared for what's coming, that you might be triggered, your buttons might be pressed a little bit. And if you're aware of it, you can heal that fast and move forward and have a beautiful soulmate relationship with this person who's coming in. Okay. So thank you very much again. If you want to work with me, you can look at my website. I've got tarot readings to offer, urgent tarot readings, and deep soul work that I do regarding past lives as well. Lots of interesting stuff there for you. Thank you very much, Natasha, your Empress of One.